Can we agree that dating sucks? It's nerve-wracking and it requires a lot of effort. Like going into a job interview. You gotta dress up and nail all your talking points to get the other person to like you. First impressions are everything. The first thing I see and hear is what I'm always gonna think about when it comes to you. If you look like shit, I'm always gonna remember that. If your breath stank, then I'll remember never to talk that close to you again. Gum? Sometimes a date can go astray depending on what you say. Hey, that rhymed. That's why we're going to discuss 10 things you don't talk about on a first date on this week's edition of Master Debaters. So here on Master Debaters, we talk about sex and relationship stuff while debunking some articles that I find on the net. So chime in the comments section so we can get this masturbation started. So this article is from EliteDaily.com on 10 things not to discuss on a first date. Number 1. Your ex. It's really uncomfortable to be on a date with someone you don't know. The conversation's awkward enough, and bringing up your ex can only make it worse. How would you feel if your date was like, yeah, me too, my ex started texting other guys, then cheated on me, and then ripped my heart out, shat on it, and then broke up with me? But I'm totally over it. I'd probably be like, okay, you clearly have some issues. I don't want to deal with any of that baggage. Number 2. Money. Remember that show Joe Millionaire? It was like The Bachelor, but the girls thought this guy was loaded, but really he wasn't. Basically a test to see who's in it for love and who's in it for the money. I wouldn't want to go through that, nor would I want to brag about my finances either. Money can come and go, but in the end, you only have each other. Number 3. Politics. First of all, I don't give 2 fucks about your political views, because everyone has an opinion and this conversation is gonna go nowhere. We might agree and we might disagree, but the situation is what it is. Only thing I'm voting for is for Chipotle to get a drive-thru and to get longer hours. Number 4. Religion. I would stay away from this topic if you want things to lead to some sexy time. Maybe. Number 5. Family background. I don't want to know that your family is full of alcoholics and druggies. I'm not Dr. Phil, and this is not a therapy session. Dates should be light and fun. Number 6. Sexual experience. I also don't want to know where your mouth has been. However, if you do have an STD, then yes, I would want to know about that. I ain't trying to get the hurt, plus I don't want you to judge me for the things I've said and done, or vice versa. That might be a conversation down the line. Number 7. Marriage. I've had an ex talk about marriage like 1 month into the relationship, saying things like you want to get married by a certain age, yada yada yada. That's exactly what happened with someone else. You can pop out those kids while I'm popping bottles because I want to live out my 20s. Number 8. Sex. You never want to flat out tell someone that they turn you on or that you want to bang them later. It's good to be flirty without giving yourself up. And don't expect them to put out on the first date either, even though that's very common nowadays. If it happens, it happens. Play your cards right and be on your best behavior. Number 9. Secrets. See, I don't know you like that. Secrets are meant to be secret. What if I admitted that I like eating couch cushions like that chick on My Strange Addiction? You'd be like, this guy's a freak. Trust is earned and secrets are meant to be kept. And number 10, work drama. Naturally, you're gonna ask the other person what they do for a living, which is totally fine. You may mention a funny story or two, but don't dump your work drama on your date, because they don't give a damn. Especially because they don't even work there. This can lead to a totally boring conversation. Yeah. Elite Daily says to mention your passions and ambitions, which I totally agree with because it opens the door to a more open conversation. So those are some tips on what not to talk about on your first date. You have one chance to make a first impression. Don't screw this up.
Keep posted on upcoming videos by subscribing to my channel down here. Follow me on Snapchat and Instagram at surgeon_general and Facebook and Twitter at surgeongeneral.